People, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's the deal? Well, I got Jay in the spot already. Lucifer is in the building. What's going on, people? So today I'm gonna be talking about why you should never take it slow when you first meet chicks. Okay? Why you should never, ever, 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 ever take it slow when you first meet chicks. What up, Trav, Kenwood, BGD, John, what's going on? He said, how's the weather? The weather is decent. It's decent. But first things first, make sure you guys get How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, the ebook, hard copy, and the audiobook. Okay, make sure you guys get there. You can click the links below to get all that stuff. You feel me? We got Alan Haynes in the building. Casey, what's going on? Yeah, so real quick, I want to talk about, why you shouldn't take it slow when you first meet a chick. Okay? And OBGD, you say you got the book already? That's what's up. That's what's up. Black by Design was good. For Life One Deep was good. Nez was good. But real quick, I want to talk about how do you, why do you need to make sure you don't take it slow when you first dealing with a chick, right? Now, what you got to understand is that when you're doing things in the game, when you're dealing with girls, right? You have to move fast when you first meet them. Okay? I'm going to say that again. You have to move fast when you first meet them. So there's a few reasons for this, right? And now, when I say when you first meet them, this is before you actually either go on a date with them or you actually even hook up with them. You understand? And so what it is that you want to move fast so that you can actually get to hooking up or at least getting on a first date with the chick. You see what I'm saying? See, the thing is, when you start talking to a girl and she's feeling you and you feeling her, you're flirting, you don't want to lose momentum. You understand? You don't want to lose momentum, because when you lose momentum, that's the thing that sort of makes her fall off, flake, shit doesn't really go the way you want it to go. So, for example, this is what you would do. Let's say you meet a chick at a bar or something, right? And y'all are flirting, y'all are talking, she's feeling you, you can tell she's feeling you, and y'all are going back and forth, right? What you want to try to do is, if you can, if time permits itself for you to do this, you want to be able to, have sex with her, hook up with her that night. You understand? Now, if you can't hook up with her that night, get her information and try to see her, at least by the end of that week. You understand? At least by the weekend, because usually people are, freer on the weekends or whatever, so sometimes it's feasible to do that. And I would even say, when you first meet her, let's say you get her information, if you can see her before the end of that week, let's say you can see her a day or two after, try to make that happen. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because when you first meet a chick, right, she needs to get time to sort of form some sort of attachment or connection to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is, if you meet a chick and you take it slow, like you get her number, and let's say you get her number and then you wait 3, 4, 5 days to call her. Hold on, I'm gonna answer calls in a second. If you get a chick's information, you wait 3, 4, 5 days to call her, right? You're losing momentum at this point. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, you want to make sure that you're actually making things happen quickly so that she gets that connection and attachment to you. Once that sort of connection and attachment is sort of, somewhat built, then you mean something to her in a certain extent. You understand? Now she cares about losing you. See, this is what guys get it confused. They think that, they talk to a girl and then they're like, oh, I'm going to play hard to get, or I'm going to act like this, or I'm going to act like that. But what happens is that you're just some other dude who she just met. Like there's no attachment there. But let's say if I meet a chick, tonight, and then I have sex with her tonight. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, if I meet her tonight and I have sex with her tonight, what happens is that she feels like she sort of invested something, right? Because what happens is that she had sex with me. She's like, well, I fucked this guy. So, I already did something with him, right? So now I mean a little bit more to her than just some random guy she gave a number to and she didn't really talk to that much. He hasn't talked to her yet. He's just some random dude. I'm a guy who had my dick inside her. You understand what I'm saying? So now what happens is now that I've moved fast at that point, that's when I can move slow now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now I can move slow. Now I can do the thing where, all right, I'm going to just hit her up maybe next week. I'll give her a week. You understand what I'm saying? Because now it means something that I'm not calling her for that week. She's like, damn, does this guy I had sex with, the guy who I had sex with this quick, does he like me? Does he want to see me again? So now all that anticipation is built for me to be able to call her back and see what could go down. Because now she's wondering, am I going to call her or not? And was I really into her or not? But the thing is, if I just met a girl, got her information, and was like, whatever, and I take like 4 or 5 days to call her. Within those 4 or 5 days, another dude could holler at her. She's probably thinking about this nigga. He could have smashed or whatever, and so she's more connected to him than just some random dude that she gave the number to. You see what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying you have to move fast when you first meet a chick. So what it is that you want to at least be able to hook up with her as quickly as possible, or at least go on a first date with her as quickly as possible. So what I mean is, if you hook up with her, that's even better than just going on a date. But if you can't hook up with her, at least go on a first date, because when you go on that first date, right, what happens is that you start to sort of build this connection with her. She's starting to feel you more. She's starting to get to know you more. She's starting to like you more. She's starting to see, okay, she's getting time with you to see what you're about. So you want to make sure that you're able to get that first date or to get that hookup as soon as possible. Once you get the first date or the hookup, then you can move a little slower. Then you can, be like, all right, I'm going to hit her up, next week or the week after, whatever, and see what's popping, because she's gotten a taste of you now. You understand? See, she has to sort of get a taste of how valuable you are to realize what she's missing later if you pull back. If you pull back without her realizing, that you're the shit, then it's not going to matter, because you're just some guy who she gave the number to and never called, whatever. She's not really even thinking about you. You're not on her radar. She has not been emotionally attached and connected to you. You said she needs a taste of the cum. So this is what I'm saying. When you first get with a chick, you want to make sure that you're building the momentum. You want to keep the momentum going, basically. Like even the other day, if you guys saw the video that I put out when I was talking about how I fucked this girl that my friend was trying to get with, right? In the video, if you watch it again, the thing that I said that I was texting this girl on OkCupid, right? And while we're texting or while we're going back and forth, I said to her, let's meet up tonight. You feel what I'm saying? I said, let's meet up tonight. So I had time in my schedule to meet up with her that night. Now, if I didn't have time that night, I'd have probably said, let's meet up tomorrow. If she wasn't free tomorrow, I would have probably said, okay, well, let me see about the weekend or whatever, because people are usually free on the weekend. You see what I'm saying? But I said to her, let's meet up now. Because right now, we're going back and forth. She's into the conversation or whatever we're doing now. Like, she's responding to me now. She's in that frame of mind now. So let's do it now. You understand? Because you want to strike while the pussy is hot. Because next week, she might not feel the same way as she's feeling now when she's talking to me. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you're doing that shit fast. All I'm saying is you have to create the situation to where you're getting the date or the hookup as soon as possible. You see what I'm saying? Once you get the hookup or the date, then you can fall back a little bit and then start like, okay, I'm going to hit her up maybe next week. I went on the first date with her. I'm going to wait a week, hit her up the next week, and then, and then keep that going. Because now you're starting a new sort of momentum of you went out with her or you hooked up with her, and now I'm going to holler at her next week and then do that again. You understand what I'm saying? But when you first start fucking with a chick, you want to make sure that you are doing this shit, as soon as possible, as fast as possible. So this is why, if you go out on a at night or whatever to a club or a bar or whatever, if you know you have time to smash that night and she is, up for it and she's feeling it and the sexual tension's being built, try to smash that night. If you can't smash that night, try to get her, the next day or so. If you can't get her the next day or so, try to get her at least by that weekend. You understand? Then once you get her for that, after you smash or if you get her in that first date or whatever, then you can fall back and do the shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell. Dude, you guys understand. A lot of times, this is why I love online dating, because there's a lot of times where, because usually like I'll wake up and I will get a lot of the shit that I got to get done out the way, like the main things I got to get done out the way in the morning, because I'm always working anyway, because, I'm an entrepreneur and shit. But I get a lot of the main things that I needed to get done for the day done. So now let's say if I match with a chick on Tinder or some shit, and I say, and I actually can, I don't have anything else major to do that day. I could probably either do it the next morning or whatever. And I say, and truth be told, me going out with chicks sometimes too is still research for me anyway. But anyway, it's all still work. But I'll hit up a chick and I'm like, yo, what are you doing right now? Or what are you doing tonight? And then she's like, oh, nothing really. Cool. Let's go get a drink right now. So I'm moving fast. And also too, another reason why you want to move fast, and this is a big thing. This is a really big thing. Another reason why you want to move fast is because you want to get chicks who are uncooperative out of your situation quickly. You want to get uncooperative women out of your cipher, your situation as soon as possible. You see what I'm saying? You want to get them out of there as soon as possible. So the thing is, like, for example, sometimes even with online dating, right? I text a girl and I say, yo, let's meet up tonight or whatever. Or I even say, let's meet up this weekend and all this other shit, right? So she'll hit me with the, I'm not sure, or maybe I have to see. You feel what I'm saying? So what I do is I say, cool. So let's say I talk to a chick on Tuesday or something, right? And she's not available to meet the next day or that day or whatever. And I say, okay, cool, what's good for Friday? Right? So she'll say that, oh yeah, that sounds good, but I'm not sure yet, or I have to get back to you. So what I do is I say, okay, cool. Get back to me by Wednesday night. Check your schedule. Get back to me by Wednesday night at this time to let me know if you are free. Right? So I would say like 8 to 9 times out of 10, the chicks will get back to me and, they'll be like, yeah, I'm good. Let's do Friday. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes the girls won't get back to me. And then so since I know she's not getting back to me, she's done. I charge it to the game. So I don't got to wait to see if this girl, I'm not going to like spend more time trying to fuck with this chick and go back and forth with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that because I have other shit to do. I got other things to do. I got other girls I can talk to. Why am I going to waste time waiting for you to get ready and having to call you back? And no, look, this is the time I want to see you. You're not sure, but let me know by this time. I'm giving you time to get your shit together. Let me know by this time. And if I don't hear from you, I keep it moving. Now, there's times where I have there was times where I had chicks who I told them, I say, yo, like for example, I say, hit me up by 5 p.m. on Wednesday to let me know. Right? So there was the one time I told this chick, I said, hit me up by 5 p.m. Right? So this chick, she hit me up at like 7 instead of 5 p.m. to see if we could get together. Right? Now, what do you think I did? Right? I told her we can't get together. I said, you got to hit me back by 5. Right? And I was like, it's 7 now. You should, I'm doing some other shit. So listen, I was like, I'm going to get back to you and we could set something up later. But right now I ain't going to see you today. You understand what I'm saying? Or I ain't going to see you on that day or whatever day I said I was going to see you, because I already made different plans because you didn't get back to me. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that what you got to do is you want to make sure that you're doing everything as quickly as possible, man. Because you want to get those uncooperative chicks who are going to basically waste your time out of your situation. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. Sometimes what guys will do is, they might say, you know what, I'm going to take a while and I'm going to, play hard to get and do all this other shit. And sometimes these guys get the girls doing that. But this is the funny part. So they'll be like, oh, I'm going to wait a week. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to, pretend I'm busy or whatever the fuck you do, right? To sort of like build that attraction. And then sometimes they do get the girl. And what happens is that it's not that you waited, right? It's that the girl already was feeling you. So you could have got her literally that next day or that weekend. You didn't have to wait all that other time to do it. You could have got her then because she was feeling you anyway. You understand? So that's what you got to do. But remember, it has to be you moving fast because you want to get that girl hooked. Because remember, until you hit a girl emotionally, you're just another dude. This is why it's so easy for women to flake. Because you haven't done anything or did anything in a situation for her to feel some sort of connection to want to keep going or to want to make something happen with you. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why it's important for you to move fast. Because me, when I'm, hitting a chick up online and she's on that maybe, I'm not sure shit, I love when they do that shit. I love it because I'm like, oh, cool. You know what? Yeah, you could get back to me. Yeah, but you got to get back to me by this time. And if you don't get back to me by that. And another reason why I do that too is because, man, dude, there's been times where I'm juggling like 4 or 5 girls trying to make fucking plans. So if I have to tell this girl, yo, you got to get back to me by this time so I can schedule out my week. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing is, she's saying, oh, I'm not sure. And then I say, yo, you got to get back to me by this time. I remember one time this chick, she was like, oh, I'm not sure. I said, well, listen, check your schedule and get back to me within an hour. Because I was trying to set something up with 2 other girls. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to like clash schedules. I want to be like, okay, this person's here, and this person's here. So I'm designating this time for this other girl, right? So I'm going to give you an hour to get back to me. So I'll leave that open, and then I'm going to rearrange shit for the other girls, put them here, put them there. But if you don't get back to me within that hour, I have another slot to put a new girl that I'm talking to right now in your slot if you don't fucking get with it. You feel what I'm saying? So, you got to make sure that I'm telling you guys, you have to understand this. So what's popping in the chat room, people, man? We got a lot of people in the chat room. Ballhead Jamaican, Jimmy McLeod, Brent Hurley, Triple Masterpiece, BGD, Wayne Brown, Albert Michelson. Albert Michelson said, how do you get a beautiful girl fast? See, I always see you asking about beautiful girls, man. Look, the way to get really hot chicks like consistently, is you need to go on a average to below average chick diet. Meaning you gotta be like, I ain't talking to no chicks unless they're hot. Now, this isn't something a new dude should be doing, like a guy who's like getting his feet wet. You shouldn't be doing that. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced or a little, intermediate to advanced, then yes, because you sort of got the, the feel of actually talking to girls and all this other stuff, so that you have a little bit more skill to talk to chicks, so you can talk to those girls that you feel are the hottest chicks. You feel what I'm saying? Sean C said, what do I label myself? He said, I never consider myself as a player. I don't know. I never really label myself too much like anything except for like, I call myself the bad boy of the dating game. You know what I'm saying? But that's just more so like in the context of dating and the game of dating and the game of actually giving advice. I say the bad boy because the bad boy is opposite of the nice guy, and the bad boy is the more honest dude. The bad boy is the more guy who's just himself. So, I just use it like that. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, the call-in number 646-481-3901. So you guys can call in if you got any questions and all that. But yeah, you guys got to move fast, man. You got to move fast. I'm telling you. When you first fuck with the chick, get that shit going quick. And if she ain't down, you got to kick her to the curb quickly. You understand? Like, don't be afraid to lose these chicks. You understand? You want to be able to meet a chick, see what the fuck is popping with her, and if she ain't doing what you're trying to do, get rid of her as soon as possible. And then get the next girl. You feel what I'm saying? You get the next girl, and then if she's down, then you do what you gotta do. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's good, Locario? It's Wesley from Brooklyn, New York.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
It's good. I was just listening to what you were saying, and I'm dealing with a chick right now, but I want to know what's your perspective on this, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm in college. I go to Kingsborough right now, right?
Right.
And I'm dealing with this chick or whatever, but I'm doing my own thing, like during my break, I'm chilling in the library, I'm watching videos and shit. Mm-hmm. And she's spending time with me in the library. So whenever I tell her to link up, like she will link up. I see that she's very responsive, and when I tell her to link up, like she cancels her plans to link up. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I don't know like if I'm wasting my time. Or not, because I do see her putting in that effort and showing that, okay, she's very responsive. But at the same time, I still didn't get the kill yet.
Oh, you still ain't get to smash?
Say that again?
You still ain't smash?
Nah, I didn't smash yet.
Okay, well, so what? Why though? Like, what's going on with that?
Alright, so she's this is her first year of college, and she's like busy or whatever, right? She got schoolwork and shit like that.
Right.
But from my perspective, nobody's ever busy 24/7, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have some free time. Feel me?
Right.
And like from her perspective, it's like she's always busy or whatever. But like, this girl is thick, like her. I'm talking about oh my god, yo.
And so wait, so what happens when y'all chill? Like, where y'all just chill in the school and the like? You don't actually like, y'all don't go out and hang out just on some.
The thing is, I try to like, hey, let's go out this day. She's like, oh, I'm doing schoolwork, this and that. I understand your schoolwork's important. You feel me? Right. But at the same time, you're not busy 24/7, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not busy 24/7. So it's like I do like one thing that why I haven't cut her off is because like I do see that effort. I do see that she's being very responsive towards me.
Right.
So like I'm kind of stuck between should I just drop her because I didn't get the kill or should I?
But what is she doing to be responsive to you? Like what? Give me an example of what she does.
All right. So one thing is like one thing is I noticed like if I tell her, hey, let's chill this day and around this time in the school, like she'll drop her plans and we'll chill then. All right, like it's like every time I ask her to chill, we'll chill. But outside of school, it's like she's busy.
So y'all are chill. So when you say to chill, y'all chill in the school? Y'all just be like in the hallway or something?
Right.
Okay.
Nah, we'll be in the library just chilling or whatever, talking.
Right.
But I did make a move. The first time we chilled, I did kiss her. But she felt that from her perspective, she was moving too fast.
Oh,
but
come on.
that's me. Like I'm doing my own thing, so I don't care what you think.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So if you want to start fucking with me, that's your problem. I'll move on to the next.
Right.
But it's just like I'm actually seeing the effort. If I didn't see that effort, I would have dropped her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still stuck in between. Should I just call off or what should I do?
Well, this is the thing, man. It's like, what you gotta understand when you're dealing with girls, there still has to be, like a little bit more effort on her part. It still has to be reciprocal. So the thing is, what you would need to do more is you would need to sort of turn up the situation, meaning you got to get more flirty and more like trying to kiss her more doing all the other stuff because she has to respond to you and you have to see her responses to that. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, if you just sort of sit there and just sort of like, y'all hang out, y'all talk about regular shit, and that now it's sort of like a regular platonic sort of safe type of situation. When you're dealing with girls, you have to get them in a situation where they have to put up or shut up. They have to, either be like they down with it or they not. You feel what I'm saying? But if you're sort of in that gray area, it's easy for them to sort of string you along. It's easier for them to like, just play games and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? So she could be, she could like you, but at the same time, women, you guys say something. Women are validated by attention. You understand? Men are validated by sex. See, so the thing is, you're giving her a lot of validation by giving her attention. So therefore, she doesn't necessarily need to do much, as far as, but just be there and then you're going to give her the attention. So she's getting what she wants without necessarily her having to do anything else but just be there. So the thing is, you have to sort of turn it up and say, okay, flirt with her a little bit more, whatever. Now, if she's responding in a way where she's actually responding back to the flirting, where she's like kissing you more and she's doing more shit to be more flirtatious, then yeah, keep that shit going. Now, if you do with the flirting and shit and you turn it up a little bit and she's backing away or she's acting like she don't want to do it or she's like, oh, this is moving too fast, then that's when you sort of fall back. You understand? Off the chart. You see what I'm saying? But what you could do is that you don't necessarily have to like be on some shit like, oh, I ain't fucking with you because you lame and you ain't, you understand? You can still be cool with her, but you withdraw your attention. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning you don't necessarily have to ignore her, but if you see her in the hallway, oh hey, what's going on, blah blah blah, you talk for maybe a minute, be like, yo, listen, I gotta run, and then you keep it moving. And you see her again, you be like, oh, how's your day going? Cool, but yeah, listen, I gotta run, I gotta do all this shit. So it's kind of like she's starting to notice there's a change in the situation. She's not getting as much attention as she once was, and whatever feelings or whatever she had for you, she's going to, like they say in a chat room, it's a soft charge. You're sort of soft charging into the game. So, the attention she's getting is less and less. And then if she's really feeling you, what's going to happen is she's going to come at you more and more. You see what I'm saying? Because you're withdrawing that attention. You see what I mean?
Right.
Because right now you just got her in sort of like this sort of like safe, comfortable situation where she can sort of get the attention she wants without having to really do anything. You see what I mean?
Right.
So,
So y'all should be more flirtatious in a sense.
Right, exactly. So anytime you dealing with her, it should almost be like, it's almost like you treating her like your girl more than just your friend. You understand? You got to be doing it in that sort of sense where you see her, oh, what's up? Give her a big ass hug, put your arm around her, hold her hand, make out with her, try to, get that going. And if she's being resistant or she seems like she doesn't want to do that, then you be like, all right, you notice that, and then you start to actually fall back a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And you keep falling back and make the tension less and less. And then if she's really trying to make it happen, she's gonna come after you. You feel what I'm saying? If she's not trying to make it happen, she's just gonna keep it moving and do whatever she gonna do. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, man.
All
So
right.
that's what it is,
All right.
bro.
Thank you very much for the advice, man.
All right, bro. Peace. Later.
All right. Keep doing your thing, man.
Definitely, man. Yeah, man. Shit. I'm like just getting over this fucking cold. It's crazy. But yeah, this is why you guys got to move fast, man. Because you gotta get those attention whores out the way. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's up, this is Locario from Indiana. How you doing?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Just calling to get some advice for you, man.
What's going on? What's poppin'?
Yeah, what's some advice you can give? Like, if I want to go out with my homie and we like talk to girls, like, what's some wingman advice?
Wingman. So I actually got a whole video on my channel. You can probably watch that later, but a whole video on 10 tips on being a good wingman. But some of them really is the main thing is that being a good wingman is you helping your friend get shit popping. You understand? Helping your friend get the girls, helping your friend to look like the coolest guy in the world, and he's supposed to do the same exact thing for you. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, when I go with my friends or whatever, and I'm we wingmaning each other, you understand? If I see my friend, like I might be in a bathroom and I come out the bathroom, I see my boy talking to a chick or whatever, right? And he's talking to her, and I might go up to him and a girl. And I might go to the girl and be like, yo, I see you just met my friend. I'm like, yo, this guy is the fucking greatest guy in the world. Make sure you take care of him. He's like a good dude. You got, like, I'm like bigging him up like he's the coolest guy in the fucking world. So what it is that it's, showing her like, oh, okay, this guy, he's a cool dude. I'm like gassing the whole shit up now. But also he is that dude. So I'm just letting her know what it is. But if she has a friend there, what I do is I take care of talking to the friend so my boy could, talk to the other girl. You see what I'm saying? So it's really just you, basically like doing things to help your friend to make the shit happen even better. The thing you don't want to do, and this is what guys fuck up on, if you're a wingman, do not ever make fun of your boy in front of the girl. You understand what I'm saying? Don't ever do that shit. You understand? I remember my stepbrother used to do that bullshit back in the days. I'd be looking at this dude like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? Like, so he would be trying to make fun of me in front of the girl. And the thing is, we make fun of each other. You understand what I'm saying? Just, just like when we by ourselves and hanging out. But I told him, I said, dude, don't do that in front of the chick. You see what I'm saying? Because what they're doing is they're trying to get that girl to like laugh, but it's like you're getting the girl to laugh at your boy's expense. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to do that shit. And also too, don't compete for the same chick. You see what I'm saying? So if your boy is talking to this girl, let him talk to the girl and you talk to the other chick. You see what I'm saying? And then vice versa. So tell him like, yo, because sometimes what it is before I even approach the girl, sometimes if I'm with my boy, we say, yo, which one do you want? You feel what I'm saying? And we both might want the same girl, but then I say, all right, look, you get it this time. The next time I'm getting the chick. So if we go into another situation where it's 2 or 3 girls and we both want the same girl, now it's my turn to get the girl. You see what I'm saying? And then he could go and talk to the other chicks. You see what I mean? So
right.
So yeah, so you gotta definitely make sure that you. But overall, it's just you and your boys or your boys just making sure that you're supporting each other with the situation. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes what's going to happen is, like, even for example, another thing you can do, another thing you don't want to do is never talk shit to the girl about your wingman, about your boy. So for example, let's say there's 2 girls and it's you and your boy, and then your boy's talking to this one girl and he sort of pulled her to the side, and now you are to the side with the other girl, and then let's say the girl is like, oh, your friend seems like a creep. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, he's a creep. He always wants, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't badmouth, you know what I'm saying, your boy to the chick as she's, you know what I'm saying? If anything, you want to check her on that. You want to check her for trying to badmouth your boy. You don't want to be on some mean shit. But you know what I'm saying? Be like, no, you know what you talking about, yo? My boy is the coolest motherfucker ever. Like your girlfriend should be lucky my boy's even talking to her. You understand what I'm saying? That type of shit. So it's always like you and your boys got to be so in sync with the shit because it has to. You guys got to move as a team. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's something that I always suggest guys really talk to each other before y'all go out and step to the girl so you know what's what. You feel what I'm saysaying? But unfortunately, a lot of guys don't really know. So it's like that's why I try to tell them like what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yes, sir. Cause yeah, I got my homeboy. You know, he's new to the game, so he's been hitting me up for a lot of advice. Cause I follow your work a lot, so you know I try to school him on the stuff you be talking about.
Right,
So,
exactly.
He's trying to get his feet wet more. So I figured like me and him, we just go out to our like spots where we know it's cracking, and you just talk to a lot of females. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I was trying to get some advice.
Right.
You know, just how to go about it, because I don't want to lead him on and, you know, kind of put him out there wrong. With him do the same for me, so appreciate it, man.
Definitely, bro. But yeah, you know, just go out there and another thing too, like my dude Michel Cobre in the chat room, he's saying you gotta make sure sometimes you take one for the team because, you know, there's gonna be times where a girl is there with her friend and the friend ain't all that, but your boy is trying to talk to the girl who's the hot one. And you got it ain't necessarily you got to have sex with the whack chick, but you got to talk to her long enough or sort of like distract her from cock blocking your boy. You feel what I'm saying? And so you got to it's a lot of shit you got to, you know, definitely do to make the shit really run smoothly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a few things. But yeah, check out that video because I think it's called 10 tips on being a great wingman or something like that. It's on my channel somewhere. You can just type that in and you should be able to find it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. Appreciate it, man. Just want to say to the family out there, the bad boys, dude, get on this game, man. This shit will save your life. Trust me.
Appreciate that. That's what's up, bro. I'm holler at you. All right, peace.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. That wingman shit is real shit, man. Real product, you said, is there a PDF version of the book? Yeah, there's a PDF version of How to Have Sex Sooner Today. You could go to MrLocario.com or click the link below. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, Mr. Locario.
What up, bro? What's going on? Who's this?
What's up, man? This is my name. Kind of nervous. My name's Kenny. Go by Huey.
Okay, cool. LA. Where you from?
What's up, LA.
Okay, cool. So what's going on with you?
Yeah, I had a quick question, man. I'm looking to start settling down. I've been in the game for a minute now, and I know you have an open relationship. I've tried an open relationship in the past. I had jealousy issues, but I was still going. I was growing through the game, so to speak.
Right.
And I gotten over that since, and so I'm interested in maybe continuing an open relationship, but I'm trying to debate whether I want to do polyamory and try and, you know, bring on 2 women at one time. So that's probably going to bring a lot of headaches. Or if I just want to go single and, you know, just have the one girl and kind of focus on that and build a family. Because I'm not sure if I can build a family with an open relationship and how that might, you know, mess all that up. Or if it could mess it all up.
Right. Well, the thing is, you actually can build a family in an open relationship. There's actually my friends, they have a company called Juju Mama. It's JUJUMama.com, and it's a couple. They teach like stuff about open relationships, stuff like that, where they've been in an open marriage, I think for like 20 years or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But they got 3 kids and all that shit. But so it could work if you wanted to do that too. But at the end of the day, everything all depends on what you're most comfortable with and what you like enjoy the most. You feel what I'm saying? So some people, they enjoy monogamy, some people enjoy open stuff, some people, you know what I mean? So it all depends on you, but it's really about you sort of figuring that out and being honest and saying, you know what, I notice I like gravitate more to this type of lifestyle. I gravitate to more to this type of lifestyle, and then be honest with that. Because if you're sort of doing it or whatever you're doing, if you're just doing shit because you feel like you need to do it, or you're doing stuff because you think it's cool or whatever, you know, it's not going to turn out well. You got to make sure that you figure out what's best for you. So it's not necessarily there's a right choice. It's only the right choice for you. So that's something that you got to sort of sit down and see the pros and cons as to what you're trying to to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Because
It's a real tough choice, man.
right. And the thing is, it's not even nothing that you could try shit out, and if you notice, okay, well, I'm doing this. Let's say you do monogamy, you're doing a monogamous relationship, you with this girl, and you notice like I'm not really feeling it like this, and you probably try another monogamous relationship, be like I'm not really feeling it like this, whatever, and then you do an open relationship, you're like okay, I'm maybe feeling this, but I'm not sure, whatever. So you got to try a bunch of different things. The thing I always tell people is no relationship is gonna be like a perfect thing. So this is why the reason why most people don't have good relationships, because they're always looking for perfection, or for relationships to cure their loneliness or to cure their unhappiness, which doesn't really happen. It's sort of like you just have to accept the good and the bad that comes with each relationship or each type of relationship. You see what I mean? Because like if you're in a monogamous relationship, you might be like, okay, I got my girl, this and this and that, everything's cool, but you might deal with the side of, well, I might want to fuck another girl, I might want to be with another chick. That's another aspect of it. But then also like the open relationship, like you said, you were dealing with jealousy and shit. You know what I mean? So you have the fun of like, oh, it's open, I can do what I got to do, but at the same time, you got to deal with that jealousy part, in certain situations. You know what I mean? Depending on like where you're at or whatever it is. So it is a lot of different, aspects of it, but you gotta figure out what's best for you by trying this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's one of those things I can't really tell you, because it's all about what feels good to you. You see what I mean?
No, yeah, I see what you mean. I like what you had one video you were talking about you and your girl. I like the team aspect you guys got going on.
Right.
This company is she's helping you build the company, and so forth. That's what I'm looking for, that teammate in life.
Right. And that's the thing when you have. And that's the thing with any type of long-term committed relationship, open, monogamous, whatever it is. It should be, because I even did a video years ago about this, where I was talking about it was a couple months ago, I think, where I was saying that I think I titled it, "What's the point of having a girlfriend?" And what I was saying is that there has to be things other than just sex. There has to be something that she's doing to benefit you in your purpose and in your life that you are using her for. Because even unfortunately, like a lot of the dudes who are sort of on that MGTOW shit, you understand what I'm saying? What it is that they're like, oh, I'm going my own way, I'm fucking with these girls, I'm not getting in relationships, all that other stuff. And that's cool. They have the they should do whatever they feel is best for them. The issue is though, is that a lot of it is because they've never dealt with women in the way where they've either upgraded a chick or cultivated a situation where they've gotten a woman who actually benefits them. Their thing is the woman is taking, she's gonna fucking destroy me, that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like they don't know how to orchestrate that shit. Go ahead, what you saying?
So, no, I said they don't get pussy. Girls don't like them.
Right. And that's another thing with it too. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's like, and then even beyond that, it's like, because the people, they'll always say, oh, what's the benefit that a woman gives you besides sex? And I'm like, see, within that question, that shows me that you've never really been with a chick or women or just chicks in general where you've understood the answer to that question. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing where, because of course there's gonna be some chicks who ain't shit out there, who ain't gonna give you that team energy, that who's gonna be on your fucking team and who's gonna actually follow your program and all that. There's a lot of girls who's gonna be on some bullshit. So I'm not saying that it isn't, but when you know how to find a chick who's like that, or you can find a chick who's coachable, and when I say coachable, that means that she's willing to be upgraded, she's willing to listen to what you're saying and to actually form that type of relationship, then you could have that in a monogamous or an open relationship. Because see, it's not even necessarily which one you can get that, and you can get that in any type of relationships. You see what I'm saying? Okay. It's just all about how you and that person cultivate that shit. And it's about how you know how to choose a certain type of girl. You see what I mean? And so that's what it is. Yeah, man. But yeah, because even like me and my wife, dude, I've been with my my wife for 11 years, but we've been married for, I think the past was like, this January is going to make like 4 years we've been married, right? And the shit is so easy, dude. The shit is, why do you think, look, if any of you guys know me, like y'all see me on these videos, y'all see every time I'm chilling, why do you think I'm so calm and chill most of the time? You feel what I'm saying? I'm hardly ever stressed out. Like hardly ever. You feel what I'm saying? And you see what I mean? And it's because,
yeah, you got that balance. Yeah.
Right, and it's because I understood how to choose the right chicks. You see what I'm saying? Because I have my wife and I got a girlfriend. So I'm seeing 2 women, you feel what I'm saying? You know, and I've been with my girl for the past 2 years. And I've been with my wife for the past 11 years. So I'm dealing with these 2 chicks and I'm not fucking stressed out. You feel what I'm saying? I'm chilling. You know what I mean? And it's not to say that every day or everything is like perfect. But what I'm saying is that the relationships you have, they're supposed to feel chill at least 90-something% of the time. It shouldn't be all this arguing, drama, headache, you know, all this goofy shit. You feel what I'm saying? If it's like that, you're not in a healthy relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah, you just gotta like figure out what's good for you. You know?
One more quick question. How do you handle it when she brings in another guy, if she has a boyfriend or something like that on the side?
Right. Well, the thing is, with her, like, this is the funny part, because for women, a lot of times it's harder to get a guy to stay committed to her. You know what I'm saying? Like for us, see, that's the funny part. For women, it's easy to get sex on the front end. For on the back end, it's hard for them to keep a dude. For us, it's a little bit more difficult to get sex on the front end, and it's easier for us to keep a chick once she's feeling us. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that what makes me not you were asking what makes me not get jealous? Is that the question?
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
right.
Throw it off.
Right. Well, the thing
he's gonna have his controlling aspect.
Right. Well, the thing is, what makes me not get jealous is sort of like understanding a certain truth, and what I mean is that I've already understood and accepted that I don't own anybody. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that goes for my wife, my girl, whoever. You understand what I'm saying? And on top of that, what makes me not really get jealous is because what I look at it is that if I'm with a girl, if I'm with some woman and I'm having a fucking great time with this girl, right? I'm having a really good experience and I'm enjoying my moments with her and all this other shit. The reason why I don't get jealous is because I'm looking at it, it's because jealousy comes from a fear of losing what you have, or feeling like what you have is going to go away from you, and that's going to mean that reflects badly on you. You see what I'm saying? But since I have such a good time with women, I want my girl to have the same type of great experience that I'm having. So, for example, if I went somewhere and there was a magic tree and I was like, yo, I found out this magic tree just gives me fucking fruits and vegetables and money and whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to go and I'm going to run to you and I'll be like, yo, dude, there's this magic tree that gives you all of this shit. Like, I want you to also experience the shit. You see what I'm saying? So by you experiencing it, I'm not going to feel a certain way about it. I want to share that experience. I want you to experience what I'm experiencing. So it's not a jealousy thing. I actually want you to do it because I see how great it is for me. I want you to experience how great it could be for you. But see, the jealousy comes in when you're looking at it in a way of you losing something. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand that if you're jealous, your jealousy comes from you being attached to a certain thing and then feeling like losing that attachment is going to fuck up your happiness. You see what I'm saying? And so, so for example, because the jealousy shit, the jealousy shit is really some bullshit anyway, because it's like this. I'm from the school of thought that jealousy is not even like it's something you learn. That's something that's learned, because if you look at it this way, if jealousy was real, right? Let's say you went out with a girl in 5th grade or 6th grade and I was your girlfriend. And if jealousy was like a real thing, if you saw her today walking down the street with a guy holding hands, wouldn't you still be jealous? Wouldn't you feel a certain way? But no, you're not going to feel a certain way because that was 5th grade. You don't give a fuck about that shit no more. Since you're so far removed from how you felt about that girl in 5th grade, you don't give a fuck because you're not attached to her anymore. Your emotions aren't attached to her. So whatever she does, you don't care. You see what I'm saying? But since your emotions are attached or extremely attached to the girl that you're with, if she does something, you feel jealous because you feel like your girl is what makes you happy. You see what I'm saying? And then you feel like that her leaving you is going to disrupt your happiness. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that makes it hard for people to sort of understand. You see what I mean? And when I say you're attached or not attached to the emotion, I'm not saying that, oh, I have no emotions toward my girl or my wife or whatever. What I'm saying is that I'm deeply engaged in the relationship I have with them, but at the same time, I'm also detached, meaning that I understand what this all means. I understand that them, being with someone else has no, it doesn't reflect on me. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean like, oh my God, she likes this guy, so that means I suck. That means I'm a loser. That means I'm worthless. And that's why people get jealous, because the jealousy comes from you feeling like that thing is gonna, that person's gonna leave you, and then that's gonna. You think someone's gonna take away your happiness. You see what I'm saying? That's where jealousy comes from.
I think jealousy is the wrong word. It's more like I'm afraid that next thing you know, she's gonna end up with that dude. I'm gonna end up paying child support and paying this much a month, and she's just out of the picture because he fucked up her head and all the rest of this stuff.
Right. Well, the thing is this. The thing is this. It's one of the things where if you're afraid of having to pay child support, truthfully, I'm gonna be real with you. If you're afraid of having to pay child support, don't have children. Period. Like, period. No, seriously, I'm saying don't ever have children if you're afraid of paying child support. Like, period. Because the thing is, you're going to have to do it if it comes down to that point. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is this, you're saying, well, what if my girl leaves me for this guy, or what if whatever? Your girl could always leave you for another dude. If you're in a monogamous relationship or if you're in an open relationship, she could always leave you for another dude. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no protection for that ever. There's no this is why I always laugh a little bit when women are saying they want security, because there is no such thing as security. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no, and that even goes for guys. Like, you got to understand this is why it don't even make sense to be jealous or to be acting. There's no security in this motherfucker. There is none. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, Michelle Cobre said, you can get custody of your kid if that could work. But you know what I'm saying? But you know how it is. You know what I mean? But the thing is, all I'm saying is that's sort of something you have to come to terms with if you are going to have a kid. You see what I'm saying? It's like anything else. Whatever you involve yourself in, you have to come to terms with the fact that this could happen by involving myself in these things. And to guys who are MGTOW, to their credit, that's a reason why they feel they want to they subscribe to MGTOW, because they're like I don't want to have to deal with none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they're like, I don't want to have to deal with anything. The only unrealistic part about it is that they'll be on some, I want to do some pump and dump shit, but in order to do pump and dump, you still got to have game. So that's the ironic part about it. But, it is what it is.
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate it, Mr. Locario. Thanks for the counsel, man.
Definitely, man.
I'll sit here and try to figure out what I'm going to do.
Definitely, man.
So.
All right, bro.
Like my boy before me said, everybody join the Bad Boy membership and get your game up.
Exactly.
But yeah, y'all have a good weekend and peace. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, bro. I'm out at you. Peace. Oh, man. Damn, why's my nose full of stuffy and shit right now? Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, what's good, Mr. Locario? This is Ed from VA.
What up? What's going on?
Hey, I had a quick question for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
My question was, so I had a girl I was talking to,
Mm-hmm.
and we went out on the date. I thought shit went well. This was like back when I was listening to kind of more so before I had found you some more so Corey Wayne stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah. So while I was talking to her, right, I took her out and everything. Everything went good, and she had I don't know, man. She had told me like she wasn't talking to me anymore.
She said she did
Like
what?
that. Huh?
She said she did what?
I don't know. She was saying that she didn't want to deal with me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All because and it was on some stupid shit too. All because like she thought I was playing games or nothing like that, or something like that because I never like tried to call her back and talk to her.
Mm-hmm. And who is this girl? How long you been seeing this girl or messing with this girl?
It was a hookup situation.
So you had sex?
No. It was a hookup. No, well, not hookup situation.
You mean like y'all somebody
a friend
hooked
of
y'all
mine
up or something? Like
introduced me to her. It was a friend of a friend type thing.
okay, so a friend introduced you to her. Y'all went on like what one
We
date?
went out on one date, and like I said at the time, I was kind of following more of Corey Wayne stuff.
Mm.
So I tried to kiss her on the first date, and she wasn't going for it.
Mm.
So when I tried to get her out on the second date, she was like, I'm kind of cautious about you because number one, you tried to kiss me, and I wasn't with that, and number two, like you just kind of ghosted, and then came back a week later asking for a date.
She don't listen. This chick don't like you, bro. That's all that is. That's all, dude. Let me tell you something. And I even talked about this. I even talked about this in my new program called Reading Women. This is why you guys need to actually join the Bad Boy membership and listen to that program called Reading Women. When you said she didn't kiss you on the date, right? And then she says, and then she's talking about, oh well, you tried to kiss. Listen, a woman who likes you, right, is gonna kiss you on the date. You understand? A woman who likes you is going to kiss you on the date. When a woman says, oh, I don't kiss on the first date, or she sort of pulls her face away, or she's trying not to kiss you, that's because she's not interested in you like that. She's not feeling you like that. You understand what I'm saying? So her talking about, oh, because you called me a week later, I feel some certain type of way, yada, yada, yada. She's not feeling you. Because she's just saying shit to justify why she wants to be an attention whore. Because if you kissed her, because look, if you kissed her or you tried to kiss her, and she wasn't feeling it, right? Then that would have been it. You feel what I'm saying? She wouldn't have had to been like, oh, and on top of that, you called me. No, she's not feeling it. You feel what I'm saying? Dude, if you're on a date with a chick and you try to kiss her, and she's not trying to kiss you, you see what I'm saying? She's not feeling you. Now, it's one thing if, let's say, if you just like walked up to a chick and you try to stick your tongue down her mouth when you first met her, that's one thing. But if y'all chilling, y'all talking, you're hanging out, and then, let's say it's near the end of the date, you try to give her a kiss, or y'all flirting and you kiss her, and she don't want to kiss, that's bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she's bullshitting.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird when she was like, oh, well, you know, and then you just didn't talk to me for like a long ass time, and then you decided to talk to me. I'm like, because I'm not on that, talking on the phone shit no more.
No, you know what it is too, and also too, what it could be is that what happened was she saw that you tried to kiss her. She thought that, and this is, women be on some crazy shit. Listen, let me tell you what happens sometimes, because she was like, okay, this guy likes me, right? And because you didn't call for that week, she had that uncertainty. You see what I'm saying? But her ego is so big that she couldn't even take it. That uncertainty turned into her feeling extremely insecure, and this is why she's acting all funny, because she's thinking, wait a second, he tried to kiss me, so that means he likes me, but I haven't heard from him in a week, so what the fuck does that mean? You see what I'm saying? So she's probably thinking of that shit. But at the end of the day, she's not really feeling you. She still she wants you to want her, even though she don't want you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's how
It's all
chicks,
one of those situations.
right? That's how chicks get down sometimes. Where even though they're not into you, they want you to still want them. You understand what I'm saying? They still want the validation of your attention. So yeah, you charge that to the game, man. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I had already did like after that week, and I stopped and I thought about it, and I was like, should I or should I give it one more chance?
nah, charge that
like,
shit.
Nah,
Charge
the
that
first
shit.
time it happens, I'm charging you.
Yeah, charge her. That's some bullshit. It's like,
All right. Well, I appreciate you answering the question, man.
all right, bro. Holla at you.
Have a good one.
Yeah, man. These chicks, bro. Jesus. I'm telling you, man. That fucking attention is woo. Yeah, what's going on? Who's this?
Hello?
Yeah, what up? What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yeah. It's Ned from London.
Hey, what's going on, bruh? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you been?
I'm chilling. What's the deal?
Yeah, I'm good. Basically, I'm about, let's say, I've been reading through how to have sex with 2 women a day.
All right, that's what's up.
And, yeah, I'm about, let's say, a third of the way through. Because I got the Kindle version. So
Right.
I'm just reading all my and stuff on the way to work on the train.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't know if you mentioned this or maybe I must have missed it, but I wanted to ask, what do you do in a situation where you're trying to get a girl and there's maybe some other guy who's chasing after her or 2 other guys or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Do you mean like if you're talking about if you're in the same place as them, like at a bar, or are you talking about just in general?
Just in general.
I mean, all it is that, when you're talking to this chick, you got to sort of separate yourself from these dudes. And basically all you do to separate yourself from these dudes is that when you're dealing with her, because again, like I said, like I was saying earlier in the show, is when you first start fucking with her, try to hook up with her or at least go on the first date as soon as possible. You feel what I'm saying? Just to get her to get a feel of you and who you are and what you're about. Then all you need to do after that is just hit her up, every once in a while. Because those other guys, what they're going to do is they're usually going to hit her up every day. They're going to act needy. They're going to be sweating her all the time and all this other shit. And then so the thing that makes you stand out is that you are being different by falling back and you're not sweating her as much as the other guys. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, like, even for example, there's some girls that I dated where, I went out with them or whatever, and then it sort of was like, I knew they were talking to other dudes. You understand? Like, because I have conversations with these girls, and they tell me, like, yeah, this is this other guy that I'm messing with, blah, blah, blah. And so what happens is, I already know those other guys are sweating them and doing some goofy shit. And then so when they're always comparing you to the other guys. So what happens is they'll be comparing those dudes to me, and they realize, okay, these dudes are sweating me, but Miss Locario's not. You feel what I'm saying? And so you got to be that same way. Like even the other day, I remember I was out with this chick, and when I was just chilling with her, it was some chick that I messed with. We smashed a couple times, whatever. But we just cool or whatever. So we was chilling and talking, and like I hit her up just out of the blue because I was like, on a Saturday I was finished some of my work. I was like, let me go out tonight. Let me see what's popping. So I hit her up. And I said, yo, what you doing? Let's go get a drink and hang out. So she was like, cool. So first thing that happened when I got there, she was like, oh, I'm so surprised to hear from you because you hardly ever call me. You feel what I'm saying? And so she has other dudes trying to holler, but I'm the guy who hardly ever calls her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I stick out from the other guys. So it's mainly what it is that if the girl has interest, you sort of just being you and doing what you do and not sweating her is going to make you stand out. Now, the only way you really stand out is that she has to have interest. You see what I'm saying? If there's really no interest, it don't really matter. See, that's the problem that a lot of guys get. They think that if I play hard to get, or if I fall back, or if I, pretend to be high value or whatever, they think that the girl is just going to automatically want to fuck with them. But if the girl doesn't really have any attraction or anything for you from the jump, or she's not feeling you in some sort of way, it doesn't really matter what you do because you're not on her radar. You see what I mean? And so that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask actually, because I was going to say, if you back off too much, isn't that going to make her think that you're not interested or whatever?
Right, and it is a balance too, because the thing is that you still have to show some interest, because even the girl that I saw who said I hardly ever call her, what happens is that when she calls me, I still respond to her calls. You see what I'm saying? I still text back and say what's good. But it was just that I wasn't calling her a lot. So she was sort of hollering at me more than I was hollering at her. But I would still respond to her when she hits me up. Now, if she would hit me up and I would never respond, or if she hit me up and I'll take like 3 months to get back to her, then that's an issue. But if there's that balance there where you're showing interest, but at the same time you're not sweating her, that's a good, balance to be on. You see what I mean?
Okay. All right.
so-
I see. Yeah. Another question. I'm texting this girl right now on WhatsApp. I actually texted her a few moments ago, and what it was we met at this bar crawl a few months back during the summer. Actually, I actually started texting her like the other day, and I was like, "Hi, what's up?" And she was like, "Hi, who's this?" And I was like, "Hi, it's the guy from the bar crawl." And she was like, "Oh, that was ages ago, wasn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, so what?" And so anyway, we just texting back and forth, and I'm trying to see if she's like available to meet up this Sunday. So I just texted her saying, what are you doing on Sunday? So if she texts back, should I just say, let's meet up on Sunday and get a drink, or?
Yeah. So if you say, hey, if you like, what you doing on Sunday? If she's like, oh, nothing, just chilling, whatever. Be like, hey, look, let's go to, let's get together at such and such spot. Meet me there at this time. And then like and she responds, she says, yeah, that sounds good. And then you meet her at that spot. So yeah, all you do, at this point is close the deal, because it's good that you are. What was good is that you're sort of leading the conversation to that point. You understand? And that's all you really need to do when you're hitting chicks up, is that you're leading the conversation to the point of closing the conversation to actually solidify a specific day and time to meet up. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, because she asked me, why are you messaging after all this time? And I was like, well, better late than never. And she was like, yeah, true.
Exactly.
And,
see?
So, yeah.
There you go. You know what it is. Shit. It's oh man. It's funny because chicks always ask that goofy shit. Oh, what's like, even online when I'll be hitting chicks up sometimes, and I send them a message, and I'll send them something like some weird shit, and they'll ask me, they're like, oh, does this work on when you send these messages? And I'm like, yo, like, it worked on you. You hit me up now. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they're always asking something goofy. So yeah, it's good that you just bypass that by, yeah, better late than never. Let's continue with this conversation. You feel what I mean? Like, let's just get to the point. You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
Yeah. I've been using stuff like that online as well on these dating apps. Bumble.
Right.
So like a girl would say hi to me, and I'll be like, is your name Gillette because you're the best a man can get, or something like that, and then they start laughing and responding like, what the hell? Where'd you get that line
Hilarious. Nah, it's true. You got the more that you talk to chicks, and the more that you hit chicks up, you start to develop your own sort of style of how you're gonna really do shit. But it's just that the basics of it is just really trying to get the girl to come meet you. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. Like, guys spend too much time on trying to, like, do too much extra shit. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of just doing the thing to get her to come through and see them. So you have to lead it down that path. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. By the way, Mr. Locario, I wanted to ask you something that's kind of off topic, but. Should I just send you a message on Facebook, or just email you the question instead? It's not really related to this, but
yeah, you can email me. Just email me at askmrlocario@gmail. So ask Mr. Locario at gmail.com. Yeah, just send me up there.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll send you through there. Yeah.
All right,
cool. Yeah, thanks for the help. Yeah.
All right,
take
bro.
care. See ya.
I'll let you. Yeah, man. So what is up, people? Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's up, Mr. Locario?
What's going on? Who's this?
Yeah, what's going on? It's Ronnie.
Ronnie, what's popping?
All right. Hey, I got two questions, man. First off, I want to ask you this question, man. today I went to go get my hair braided. I got a plain, clean shave and everything. Got a bath and everything.
Mm.
But then I tried to talk to some girls, but for some reason I don't know whether I'm doing it wrong or not. But I'm calling to get this understanding. So my question is, when I'm using the surroundings as my opening line, do I use perception when I'm talking to the females?
You said, do you use what when you're talking to the females?
Perception.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. Well, whatever you use, whatever you see or whatever is around you. You know what I mean? So if you're in the street and let's say like there's a fucking ice cream store across the street, you be like, yo, hey, have you ever went to the ice cream store before? I'm thinking about getting some ice cream over there. Is it good? And then she's like, oh, yeah, I've been there, or no, I haven't been there. And then you continue the conversation. So use anything in a situation. She could be wearing a fucking bracelet. Ask her about a bracelet. She could, there could be a guy at the corner of the street that has something funny on. He'd be like, hey, look at that guy over there. Have you ever seen someone wear something like that? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Is this you're using stuff to say something to her to start the conversation? That's it. That's what you do when you're doing indirect. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so it could be like if I see an orange fruited tree, can I say something to the effect of I just love oranges without the girl seeing it or not knowing if it's there?
Right. Well, yeah. The thing is, you have to connect that to her experiencing the situation. So if she don't see the tree and you're talking about oranges, you feel what I'm saying? It's not going to really connect. So you would have to say to her, hey, do you see that tree over there with all them oranges? Like, have you ever seen that before? Like an orange tree, like blah, 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 whatever it is. It don't matter, but it has to be you and her experiencing that situation together so that you can actually have that conversation. So whatever you're using in the surrounding, you see what I'm saying? So whatever you're using in the surroundings has to be her also being involved in it. You feel what I'm saying? So just like I said, if you're talking about the ice cream store across the street, if she don't see it or she doesn't know what you're talking about, or if it could, then it's going to seem like it's out of the blue because she's going to be like, what are you talking about? But if you say, hey, have you ever been to that ice cream store across the street right there? And then she's going to be like, oh, yes or no, because she has to have something to connect to what you're talking about. You see what I mean?
Yeah, because if I don't, she's going to be like, huh?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so that's all you.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's all it is that it's like anything else. You're using whatever's in the situation to start the conversation, and so that you can see how receptive she is to you, starting to doing that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So so that's all it is. That's all that is.
Yeah,
bro.
cause I know I've been bugging you, but I tried to get on the YouTube page,
Right.
and then I just couldn't get on, so I didn't know whether you were still talking to somebody else or what.
Oh no, that's good, but that's the thing. That's good. It's good because you got to still keep. I'm glad that you keep asking the questions because you got to keep getting at it until it sticks. You see what I mean? So that it ain't nothing about that. You know what I mean? So you just got to keep practicing what you need to practice until you get well rounded in it. So it's all good. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Yeah, man.
so my next question is like when you see a girl choosing you or whatever, like if you see her choosing, do you just walk up to her and ask her what's up, or do you just go ahead and let her know what's on your mind, just tell her what's going on?
Yeah, if you see the chick is choosing, like let's say for example, it's obvious the girl is checking you out, she's looking at you, she's giving you those signs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you go up and start talking because she wants you to talk to her. She wants you to come up and say hi. You feel what I'm saying? Because she's already given you those choosing signs. So when the chick's choosing you, that that makes it a little bit easier to start the conversation, and she'll actually be more receptive to it. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes like even when I see if I see a chick looking at me and she's checking me out hard or whatever, and I'll just go up to her and be like, yo, I'll be like, so how long you was gonna wait? To come and say something to me, since you've been looking at me all this time or some shit like that. Like I'll use the thing in the situation to start the conversation. So I'll be like, oh, I saw you looking at me all that time. You was going to come and say nothing. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So all I'm doing is, and that's sort of indirect to a certain extent too, because I'm using what's going on in the situation. You see what I mean? So It's but yeah, if you see the chick choosing, just go up and make it happen. It's that simple. You know?
Oh yeah. Can I ask you one more question before I let you go?
All right, real quick, because I got a few more people calling. But go ahead.
I know. But is offering value is the same as adding value?
You said is offering value the same as adding value?
Adding value, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same shit. It's pretty much the same shit. Like
all right.
Because adding value, because it's like this, adding value. You understand? Like, let's say for example, if you are talking to a girl, you're interacting with a chick, y'all talking, you're having a conversation, and you're basically giving her a fun experience. You feel what I'm saying? That's adding value, and it's basically offering value. It's the same shit. It's basically like the same way of saying you're saying the same thing twice. It's like the same type of thing. You feel what I mean? So it's the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've seen your little podcast. It's like the little not the you could say it like a little video when you said about what's a high value man.
Right.
So I kind of understand it now. So
right, and also too when we talk about high value, see a lot of people, they confuse, or they don't really understand what it means to be, what it mean when we talk about high value, because if we get deep with it, right, we all have value. You see what I'm saying? But when we talk about high value, we're just talking about high value or value in the context of, we're talking about like societal structures and society and all this other stuff, meaning that the girl's seeing you as a valuable mate. You feel what I'm saying? Or a valuable guy. So what happens is that if you already know from the jump you have value, which everybody has value. You understand what I'm saying? If you understand that, because everything in existence is valuable, because that's why it's here. It's supposed to be. But the thing is, when we even go beyond that, when you say high value in the context of the girl seeing you as a high value guy being valuable, what we're talking about here is, you understanding that you actually have value to offer. You understand? And that you have value to add to any situation. You see what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with the girl, she's gonna see that's there. You feel what I'm saying? So
like we talked about before about what you leave her better than you found her.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I get it now.
Right, so that's what it is, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you, man.
All right, thanks.
All right, peace. Woo! Man, my fucking nose is stuffed up. I hate when this shit happens. Crazy. Living Right Nice. So when does a Bad Boy book come out? It's going to be out before the end of the year. So it's going to be out before 2018. So I'm not exactly sure what day. The actual ebook is out on Amazon if you want to get just the ebook. But if you want the actual ebook with the bonus audios, that's going to be out soon. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
What's going on? This is Schmuck.
What up? What's going on?
What's up? I have a different question. Not about females. It's just I want some tips on I want to transition into becoming my own person, an entrepreneur.
So you say you want to transition into doing what?
An entrepreneur.
Oh, to being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, being my own person.
So what?
Right now I'm working USPS and I hate it.
You say you're working where?
USPS.
Okay. And so what do you want, like, what are you interested in? Like, what's your passion, or what are you trying to make happen?
Fitness. I'm into fitness. I was thinking about doing personal training, but I don't want to waste time in becoming certified and all that. I just I'm thinking about just doing it, just starting. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't want to waste time getting my certification, personal training.
Well, do you
want it now, basically.
So do you need to be certified to be a personal trainer?
Not really.
Okay, well, I'm not too sure exactly what the ins and outs of that is, but just in general, what I would say is this: anything you want to do, let's say you trying to do personal training shit, you're gonna have to, figure out what you need to, what are the ins and outs of actually making that happen, right? Then you're gonna need to get some clients, which is gonna, take some time, right? So I just want you to know it's not gonna happen overnight. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the thing is, you got to get some clients. You have to be able to also, be on point, because this is the problem with a lot of people who's trying to do entrepreneurial shit, is that it sounds cool, but being an entrepreneur is hard as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you actually are serious about it and you want that to be your main thing, and you want to get your main source of income from what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand that you gotta be on point like crazy. And you're gonna be working harder than you ever worked in your life. You feel what I'm saying? To actually solidify that going down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what it is that what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to figure out what exactly it is that you want to do. That's one, because you're saying personal training now, but you might, depending on the things you need to do or what it takes to make something happen, or what you actually feel like doing, to a certain extent, it might change. So I'm just saying, whatever figure out what you want to do, figure out what it takes to do what you need to do, and then also make sure you understand how much work you got to put into doing what you need to do, and you have to be consistent with it. And also, if you go to Amazon, or you go to my other site, LocarioMotivation.com, I have a book called How to Get Shit Done. So you should read that. It's only $7. Okay? So go to Amazon, or go to my website, LocarioMotivation.com, and get my book How to Get Shit Done. Because I teach you how to actually step by step do what you need to do to achieve that goal you're trying to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely check that shit out.
How long did it take you until you actually started seeing results or clients and all?
As far as like making money?
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing, like, for this, like with Miss Locario stuff, I've been doing this since 2008, right? And for the first 3 or 4 years, I was making no money. You see what I'm saying? Now, since you're trying to be a personal trainer, you might actually start making money quicker, because, depending on, as far as personal training goes, you could like work at a gym somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and then probably get clients quicker there, or whatever it is. But you might need a certification. I don't know if you're working at a gym. I don't know how that works out, because I used to work at a gym, so I have friends who are personal trainers, but I never really gotten too much into the back and forth of what it takes. But I know people that came in there and got clients quick, because there was actually people there they can hit up. But if you're talking about starting like some sort of business from scratch, it's going to take you, you know what I'm saying, like a minute. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I was actually thinking about selling on eBay too. Selling things on eBay.
Right. Well, and also too, you got to understand the difference between doing like hustles. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and actually having a business, because selling stuff on eBay, that's like a hustle. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can make a sort of like a business out of it, but it's more so you're sort of doing that, but it's not really like anything that's your own thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have your own thing. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you got to understand the difference between that too. The difference between doing stuff that you're sort of like, hustling stuff, and then actually having a legitimate business where you got shit set up, you're paying taxes, you got all this other stuff going on with it. So that type of stuff takes a while to really get going. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta really be on top of it.
I got you. Well, thanks for the tips.
Definitely, bro. All
right, thank you.
Peace. Yeah, man. Doing that business shit ain't no joke. I'm telling you guys. That shit ain't no joke. It is not a joke out here in this piece. Man. So what's going on in the chat room, people? What's going on in the chat room? Let me see who this is. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, what's good, Mr. Locario?
I'm
Donovan,
chilling.
aka Donovan, Introspection.
What up, bro? What's going on with you?
Nothing much. I just want to give some encouragement real quick in the chat thing, because I had noticed today, like when you really go, like, because I go to college, and so like I said, I always be going hard,
Right.
And there was actually a situation today where I stopped this girl, got her number and everything, and here's the thing: you can use this shit to your advantage. Because there was a girl that passed that was in my class also that saw me, and I started talking to her while I was doing my business at the same time. So it gave me a little social proof in there. So that kind of made the number a little bit more solid. And then a few hours later, I get a text from this girl I had charged a while ago, and she said, "I seen that you got my roommate's number, and we should all get together and smoke." And I'm like, wow, like... Basically, it's kind of like a question in that also, like, how do I finagle that situation? Not that, because I didn't know they were roommates. I just seen her and thought she was cute and got her information. But now, like, her roommates, she's roommates with the other girl, so how do I do that situation? And, like, I just want to shout out to you guys, like, if you keep going, like, you might end up in these type of situations.
So what you trying to get with, like... You trying to get like a threesome or something? What you trying to do?
Like, I wouldn't mind it, but one girl is just a straight out attention whore. So like, I'm just trying to figure out how I would get to that point because I don't really like girls. I don't like putting my shit out there because girls get jealous and then they'll start making up stories and they'll fuck your shit all up. So I could try to remain low key, but at the same time be known as the ladies' man or whatever. So it makes my job a little bit easier.
Well, this is the thing. If you're actually in this situation where you are at their crib, you understand what I'm saying? You're smoking, right? And you. Let's say you're the one you got the number, the one that you're like supposedly talking to. Let's say y'all in the living room, and then you start, making out with the girl you talking to, right? You know what I'm saying? And then depending on the vibe, because you never know. Because the thing is, you got to know how to read the room and read the situation. Because you could be making out with her, and then if you sort of still like chilling with the other girls there next to you, and y'all flirting and all of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? You can end up kissing her too, and then you guys can end up getting shit popping. But again, it all depends on the vibe, because a lot of non-verbal communication sometimes lends itself for shit like that to happen, right? But again, you got to see the vibe of the situation. You got to understand who you're dealing with, because let's say her roommate, like you said, she's on some attention to her shit or whatever it is, then it probably won't happen. You understand? Because she's on some attention to her shit. So you got to sort of feel out the energy and fill out the situation. You see what I'm saying? Because it could be something as simple as, let's say you making out with the girl that you're with, and then let's say the other girl's sitting next to you, and as you're making out with the girl, right, you got your hand on the other girl's knee while you're making out with the other girl. You see what I'm saying? While she's sitting. You see what I'm saying? So you got to see, is she going to keep her hand there? Is she going to take it away? Like, what, you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of it is just filling out the situation. You see what I mean? And so that's the thing. That's the thing with it. Because, a lot of times those shits sort of pop off or happen on some spur of the moment situation, because everybody in the situation was sort of down because it was just at that moment. You feel what I mean? But at the same time, though, if you sort of peep out, the chick's like energy or how she is, or if you know how she is, if she's on some bullshit, sometimes that might not work out because of that. Or what if the girl that you're really feeling is really feeling you, or the girl you're talking to is really feeling you heavy, and she's looking at you as like some dude she really actually want to date. You feel what I mean? So again, it comes with you feeling out the vibe, understanding who you're dealing with, understanding how that girl feel about you, understanding how her roommate is. All of these things you got to sort of pick and choose and see what's popping with it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So that pretty much makes sense.
Right. So you got to just feel it out.
Yeah, because I was trying to get with like the friend a while ago,
Right.
But then I realized that she was on some mega like attention horse shit, like mega attention horse shit.
Right.
So she would continue to hit me out throughout the weeks, and this is different from the other girl I was talking about. But like I said, you would have to charge them real quickly, and I just found it funny that she hits me up when I get her roommate's information, and I was kind of gave me pause because it's like, okay, so how do I go in? And now they both know about me at the same time.
Yeah, and that's good because now if she's inviting you over there, you go over there and you talk to the one that you got the number from. You pay more attention to her. The other girl's gonna be feeling a little, lonely, and you include both of them in the situation. You know what I'm saying? And then you just go in. You know what I mean? And then if look out for the body language, look how they responding, and then that's how you just keep it going. Because I've been in situations like that where it's like we all just sort of chilling, and then it turns into that. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've been in a few threesomes. You understand? So so sometimes the threesomes just happen because of the situation you're in. Sometimes they're planned out. You feel what I'm saying? So it all depends on the situation you're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like the situation I was in. I told you about a few weeks ago where I had the two girls. The other girl was looking at the other girl's face. I had my hand on like right above her pussy, and I had my hand on the other girl's ass. And they were and until the friend came in. So it's kind of like that vibe where they're just both sitting there, letting you like explore their body without any resistance.
Right.
And if they're both in that situation, that's when you have the green light to keep going forward.
Right,
so
exactly.
So it's basically like you just treat both girls as like one entity instead of being all up in your head about the entire situation.
Right.
You just feel the vibe.
Right. Yeah. You gotta let the shit flow, man. You gotta let shit flow sometime, man, because the whole flow of the situation lends itself to the situation unfolding how it should unfold. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta just just fill that shit out, make it happen.
All right, man. Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna try to get this popping.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know how it goes, man. Hit me back up and let me know what the deal is.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Locario. Have a good one.
Peace. That's what's up, man. If all you want to know how to get into threesomes, get my DVD, The Bad Boys Guide to Dating. Because I have a free program on there called Step Up Your Dating Game. And in that one, I think it's like a 20-minute something audio that breaks down step by step how they have threesomes. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, threesomes are the shit, man. Threesomes are the shit. Oh, it's the best. I love that shit. BGD, you say you just want to fuck one time in your life? Funny. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
How you doing, Mr. Locario? This is Eli from Jersey.
Chilling. What's going on with you, bro?
All right, I got a question, a couple questions, but the main one I was thinking of was about, I was listening on the way to work to your that video that you had about the guy that got 15 girls in a month or something like that.
Right.
And there was something that he said, or you were referring to him about his that whole thing that I was developed a question out of. And the question was kind of like, I guess when he was talking about when he chooses the type of girls that he likes. And I know, like, sometimes I think in the past you've said that you got to be the same way with all women.
Right.
But if you're not feeling a woman, but she's choosing you, but you know like something about her is not what you're into. How is it that you can stay the same when you know you're not really inside of you, you're not really feeling it, even if she's choosing?
No, I'm talking about be the same with each woman that you talk to that you like. You understand what I'm saying? So what I mean is when I say be the same with each woman, what I mean is some guys, if they meet a chick who's a dime and then they meet a chick who's a 6, they'll treat the 6 different than how they treat the dime, and they'll treat the dime different than how they treat the 6. I say treat the 6 and the dime the same way. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Now, go ahead. What you saying?
And so that's how do you like? My thing is like, how do you do that when in your eyes or your mind you're not feeling it? You know what I mean? Like,
no, but this is what I'm saying. If you, what I'm saying is,
there's a reason that you want at one and one at the other.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You want the dime and you want the 6. Like, so what I'm saying is you might meet a 6, and even though she's not a dime, you still will have sex with her. You feel what I'm saying? Or you might, you know what I'm saying? And if you meet the dime, you also want her and you want to have sex with her too. What I'm saying is if you're not feeling a chick, let's say she's like a 3 or a 4, then you shouldn't even be really talking to her anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what, so if you're not feeling it, this should be a chick you're not really trying to mess with anyway. So the thing is that, you know, the thing is when you're talking to a dime or you're talking to a 6, and what I'm saying is any chick that you want to have sex with, I should just put it clear like that. Any chick you want to have sex with, you should treat them the same as any other chick you would want to have sex with. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's what I mean because what happens is that when you start treating the chicks differently based off of how hot you think they are, that's gonna make you, that's gonna make it worse for you to get the hotter girls. Because usually what guys do is they'll treat the hot girls, they'll sweat them more than the girls that are less hot. You know what I'm saying? And then this is the reason why guys say, "Oh, I can always get these 6s, but it's hard for me to get a dime." And the reason why it's hard for you to get a dime is because you're trying to treat the dime special. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy. Shit is crazy.
All right, one other quick question. I won't hold you up. Okay, say you're in an established one-on-one with a chick, but for some weird reasons, or it's weird because you're not sure why, but sometimes, like in simple communication, it becomes difficult. Like what the heck is that?
Say that again. When you say
where at one point, you're talking and communication has a decent rapport, a decent flow, whatever.
Right.
Just the way just like you and I are talking right now.
Right.
And then let's say all of a sudden I start saying stuff to you and I'm waiting for you to reply, but as you reply, you sound extremely frustrated, like for no reason, no particular reason on my part. Like, what is that? That happens with if that happens with you and the chick.
Right. Well, the thing is, you gotta understand, like, chicks sometimes, again, and I was talking about this before, it's about their fucking emotions. Their emotions are all over the place. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes a chick, she'll feel a certain way just out of the blue for, just whatever reason. Like, I remember I was on a date with this girl one time, and out of the blue, like we just talking, just like how me and you was talking, that out of the blue, this chick starts crying uncontrollably. Like, like crying,
okay,
like,
perfect.
You're right
on my alley. You're right down my alley.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, she starts crying like she's at a goddamn funeral. And so I was like,
or you were just stressing the mess out of her or something.
Right,
like that, right?
You know what I'm saying? And then so I said to her, I said, yo, like, you all right? You know what's going on? You know what I mean? And then so she's like, oh, nothing. And she starts going, she stops crying. And I'm just like, this chick is weird as fuck. So it'll be some weird shit that happens like that sometimes. Or you just might be talking to the chick and everything seems cool. And then now she seems like she has an attitude or something. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it just, out of the blue, it'll just happen. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of times, sometimes it's, stuff that they're thinking about. It's something you said that could have triggered something, whatever. You probably won't even know. You know what I'm saying? And so it just is what it is. You know what I mean? So it's just something that randomly happens based off of how she's feeling or her being triggered by something to make her feel that way at that moment. You know what I mean? But you know, you don't really need to like take it personally or nothing. Just like, you know, whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess if it's something that seems to happen, you know, from time to time, it's like, or maybe too many times in a close amount of time, you start to say, well, maybe it's something about the way I speak, maybe it's something the way I'm approaching. Because, like, for instance, in a business venture that I have, one of the people that are in charge was telling me how you can say something that has a soft meaning to it, but if you say it strongly, it'll make a person kind of defensive.
Mm.
And I was like, and then it made me think of myself.
Right.
And I said, you never, because sometimes I try to keep I try to stamp down maybe the aggressiveness sometimes that I can come off with, but it still seems to come out. And then all of a sudden, when I'll say something to someone like a female, they're like, "Yo, you know, why are you so this way? Why are you so that way?" And I'm like, "I wasn't. I know, like hand on the Bible that I wasn't. But you can't tell somebody how they're taking it.
Right. So, and also
like,
too,
it's almost like you need a mirror to see yourself. You need a video camera to see how you're talking to people sometimes.
Right.
And that's obviously you can't do that. So how do you overcome that?
Right. But also too, you gotta understand sometimes. Women a lot of times can be very sensitive. You know, you understand? So you might be saying something and just because they're sensitive, they take it like a big deal. You know what I mean? So that also happens too. So you know, it's just sort of like understanding that aspect. But the thing is, as far as you like worrying about it, it's not necessarily a thing to worry about unless you're blatantly doing something, which it sounds like you're not. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's not anything necessarily you got to worry too much about. All you need to know how to do is that when you're talking to a girl, you need to know how to sort of read the room and read her energy, read the situation. Because even if she acts that way or she's, you know, acting a certain way like that, you understand? One, you got to see, okay, well, maybe that's just how she is, which could be which could be that situation. Because even me, myself, sometimes I'll talk and I'll say certain things. And I'll say shit that's like, they'll take offense to what I'm saying. You feel what I mean? But the thing is that it's all about your intention. If your intention wasn't to offend and they're offended, that just means that they took offense to it because that's just how they are. Now, if you were saying something that was blatantly intentional to offend, then that's a different story. And what it sounds like is that you're not really saying anything to offend. You're just talking to a whole bunch of sensitive chicks. You see what I'm saying? And that's unfortunately that's the type of world we're living in, because it's like if I because I remember I was at some spot and I'm talking to this dude. I'm not even talking to this chick or whatever, but she was near us. I'm talking to one of my friends, and you know, I was like, yeah, you know, I was like, and I said something like, yeah, you know, I was at this girl's house, I smashed her pussy stunk or whatever, but so I couldn't do it no more. And so the lady that was next to us, she was like, how could you say that? That's so disrespectful and yada, 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 yada. You know what I'm saying? So then I got into a conversation with her, and I just noticed that she's just on that sensitive, everything is an issue, you know, type of woman. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, that's how a lot of them are. They're easily offended by bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know.
Yeah.
But
then they can tell you whatever they want to say, and you're supposed to take it on the chin like nothing.
Right, exactly. So, you know, that's just how chicks are. They always, you know, getting all bent out of shape about shit. You feel what I mean? Because like even my friend, he was talking one time, and he was saying, yeah, you know, I was chilling with this chick, and then he was like, yeah, these bitches out here, blah blah blah. So this lady was like, why do you got to use that word? And I'm like, oh my god, here we go. You see what I'm saying? That's when they do that. It's like, shit, man. It's like everything is a fucking issue. It's an argument. It's a, you know what I mean? So certain girls are just like that. You can't really do nothing about it. You know what I mean?
And just like you were in your example that you showed, even if you're not even talking to them, just the fact that they pick it up. So mind you, now when you are talking to them, it's even worse because it's almost like you're directing at them.
Exactly.
And I'm not even, I know for sure I'm not even using words that you're talking about, but it may be just the intensity that sometimes I know I have, but it's weird. It's just weird how sometimes it gets picked up, and I'm like, man, I wasn't even doing shit. And all of a sudden, now it's like I'm feeling like, do I need to apologize? But I don't want to because I know I wasn't intending it to be that way.
Right.
So
Right,
it's
exactly.
almost like, to me, like they're playing games with you a little bit just to get a little sympathy out of you or something.
Right. Or they're doing that to get that attention and all that other goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also too to sort of test you low key to see how you respond to they nonsense. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Right.
It is what it is. This is crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know.
All right, Mr. Locario, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Oh man, these chicks be on some shit though sometimes. Woo, man. Oh, my fucking nose is stuffed again. Should be killing me. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, Mr. L, bro? It's Q.
What up? What's going on with you?
Yo. Alright, so I'll keep it brief. So I came across your video where you was like, you did where he was like the good looking guy get rejected or some shit like that. It was a video about the guy James Tusk.
Right.
So I had so yeah, I want to say, you know what I'm saying, I fuck with the fact that, you know, you support other dating coaches and shit like that. You know, you spread, you know, the love and shit, and basically give us the opportunity to check out other people. So when I checked out his video, he did something about statistics like day game. And like the shit was crazy. So I want your input because I want you to, like, you know, basically, do you agree? So he was like, when he approached, like he say, like in the day he probably he might approach like 30 women, right? And then he was like, out of 30 he'll probably get like 15 numbers. And then he said out of that 15, when it's all said and done, he'll probably only smash maybe like 1 or 2. And I was like, yo, that shit is like, hey, what?
That's correct. I mean, yo, I've been trying to tell dudes this. This is why I tell dudes, yo, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game, and this is why, you know, because I was actually speaking to my dude James earlier, because we gonna do like probably like an interview something real quick, maybe in the next coming weeks. But I was, you know, what I like about him, and this is what's cool about James, is that, you know, the videos he does, because, you know, he does like a lot of like pickup type of stuff where a lot of dudes, they think, yo, it's just about looks. If you look, you look a certain way, chicks is gonna be sweating you. And he has all those videos. He has like 3 or 4 videos of him approaching chicks and showing that chicks are rejecting him and shit. But even what you were saying was that, like you said, he'll approach 30 girls, get 15 numbers, and then out of those 15, you know, maybe have sex with 1 or 2 of them. And that's pretty much accurate for most guys. You understand what I'm saying? No matter if you are a guy who most people would consider as good looking or most people would consider as average, the more you put in, you understand what I'm saying? The more you put in, the more you're gonna get. So this is why I always tell dudes that it's a numbers game. Like, you gotta consistently keep doing what you're doing, because there's so many. The thing that people don't understand is this: there's so many things that stop you from being able to have sex with that girl or to get with that chick.
Right.
You understand that? And a lot of it is beyond your control. So this is why you got to keep, you know, talking to different girls. You know what I mean? Because the chick, she got a boyfriend. The chick could be from out of town and you ain't got enough time to have sex with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you busy, she busy, whatever. You know, you could be with the girl, or, you know, you could call her. She doesn't return your call. You understand? Like, all these different things.
Attention whore. Shit like
right,
that.
exactly. She could be on some attention whore stuff. You see what I mean? And it's like, you know, so you got all of that, all those things. And on top of that, truth be told, and this is the part that I always try to tell guys about the whole good looking thing, is that there's certain girls who they'll give you the number and they're intimidated to even come and see you. Right. So even if a girl could think you look good, and she's so intimidated that she ain't gonna fuck with you anyway. Right. You see what I mean? So it's crazy.
Because I had hoes tell me that too. They be like, yeah, you like, I bet you got a lot of hoes and all that shit. They gonna fuck with you like that for that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
right.
Yeah, they give.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, because, you know, you go out there, you try to holler at these chicks, and just like how, you know, like I always say to guys like this: imagine all those girls you saw at the club or the bar that you thought was hot, but you was too scared to approach them, right? That's the same way women think. Where when you approach a girl and she give you the number, she's scared to date you, to see you, whatever, because she thinks that you're gonna reject her after y'all fuck. You see what I'm saying? So you know, that's how that shit goes.
It definitely hurt their ego. Speaking of ego, one more question, dog. Like, I don't, you never touched on this topic, which I think be kind of like straight. Like, what's some? Because I feel like these bitches' ego is just too fucking high, G. Like,
right.
What's some like tactics you can do to like drop that shit? Like, is it like you like is it some like techniques that you use to kind of like bring a bitch down or not? Like,
right.
I like something like that, man.
Well, the thing like, is this. The thing is this is that you always want to get a woman in a state of sort of chasing you and her seeing you as valuable. You feel what I'm saying? Which is, because a lot of times when because you're approaching a girl just in general, right? She already assumes you want her. You feel what I'm saying? Just assuming. And if she has a big ego, or she's one of them chicks who's stuck up or whatever it is and all that other goofy shit, first of all, those chicks are whack to be with anyway. So it's almost like you should be charging them to the game anyway. But just in general, a lot of times it's more so how you frame the situation when you're talking to the girl. So the thing is that, so for example, when you go up to a girl and you start talking to her, right? Sometimes you can sort of see the arrogance on her face. You can like, oh, there's just some new guy trying to talk to me. Who is this guy? Blah, blah, blah. Why is he talking to me? Yada, yada, yada. You see what I'm saying?
True.
So the thing is that, if you are talking to the girl and interacting with her, you have to be able to do something where she can like feel how confident you are, see how confident you are, and on top of that, you showing that her dealing with you is the thing she should be happy that's happening versus the other way around, because she's looking at it like she's doing you a favor. You have to flip it to where it's like I'm doing you a favor. So sometimes when I even go up to girls and then they have that sort of like attitude or that look or whatever, and I'll be like, listen, I understand that this might be the first time you've ever talked to a guy as fly as me, so I'm gonna give you a chance to like, take this in. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So then she's like, just because it's like arrogant, she's like, what the hell? Like it throws her off. You see what I mean? And so now, right? And then so now, as you're talking to her, you know what I mean? And as you see that she's sort of like warming up to that situation, you can make it a little challenging for her. You can make it a little hard. Be like, listen, I was thinking about taking your number, but I don't really know now because, I'm not really too sure what I think about you yet. I'm not, you seem like the type of woman that, you seem like one of those flaky girls. I'm not really into that. And then she's like, no, I'm not flaky. Like, so now you're always, you just have to switch it so that she's coming at you.
Oh, sort of like if you be like, yeah, like where you from or some shit, and she be like I'm in Atlanta. She may be like, oh, I'm from Morrow.
Right.
I may be like, you from Morrow? Damn, man, I fuck with Morrow, girl. But if you was from Decatur,
right, exactly, right, exactly.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's like, because all you're doing is saying, right? Because all you're doing is saying, look, I would have fucked with you, but I don't know, or you're basically letting her know that you're sort of eliminating her from her being a prospect of you trying to fuck with her. It's almost like I'm still trying to see if I like you. I'm the one who's deciding if I'm trying to see if I like you yet. I don't care. I'm not even trying to get you to like. I don't care if you like me or whatever. I'm not, or not even that. I already know you like me. That's the type of frame you got to have it. Like I know you want me. So now what I'm doing is I'm seeing if I want you. Do you understand? Like that's the type of energy you got to come with. But it comes with a little bit of that arrogance, when you're approaching a girl and talking to her. You understand? Because she's gonna, if she already has that arrogant nature of like, oh, you gotta
match her energy.
Right. And then you gotta be able to bring it to where you want the conversation to go. You gotta sort of, it's basically you're controlling the narrative. You feel what I'm saying? You're controlling where the conversation's going. You're controlling what the conversation is about. And you're also controlling, who is the the person who's chasing and the person who, you understand what I'm saying? So you got to let her be the one chasing you. You understand? And,
Right.
and it's something that really skilled dudes know how to do really well. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta definitely like, and I would suggest check out who's the dude, Todd Valentine, the one, I think he used to be with RSD, he's not with them anymore, but he's really good at that with the whole getting the girl to chase in the interactions. Like he talks about that a lot. You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Yeah, so definitely check his shit out.
I can check him out, and it's a guy in the comments. He said something that real interesting. I think like I'll probably like say my perspective on it. I think his name DeCorn or some shit, but he was like he wrote in the comment, but when you read it, you was kind of like, what the fuck? Like he said something like yeah, Locario, you're good at like you're good at talking to women, but you're not good at getting women. And then he was like, what the hell? And then when he replied, he was like, nobody's good at getting women because like nobody could get every girl or some shit like that. But he like, you can talk. Unlike the average dude, you can talk to like a lot of women or whatever, or like create more situations to get a girl to fuck with you more than the average dude. So I see what. So I don't know. That was just something I just peeped. You feel me in the comments? Or something.
Right, and you know what the funny part is that what guys don't understand, and this is why they fail in the game, is they need to understand the reality of the game. Because just like you were saying in the video with James, where he's like, yo, I'm approaching 30 girls, and then I get to fuck with one of these chicks.
One out of 30.
Right. But see, the guys who don't understand the reality of the game, they're like, I want to talk to 30 girls, and I want to get all of them. It's like, dude, it ain't working that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to work that way. You see what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, how do I talk to all these girls and never get rejected? Like, that's what they're looking for. And this is why they never learn, because they're trying to come at the game on some fantasy shit. You feel what I'm saying? And it don't work that way. You know?
Right.
So that's how it goes,
hey, man. I want to see that interview, man, with you and James.
Yeah, we're going to have to make that shit go through soon. I was just actually emailing him back and forth, because he lives in London and I live here in New York, so we got to get the time and the schedules ready, and we'll see what we could do with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm on the Bad Boy membership, so whichever way you put it on YouTube or Bad Boy,
that's what's up.
I'm on it, and appreciate that, dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for dropping the jewels as usual, and I'll be tuning in on the live when you do it again.
That's what's up. All right, man. Appreciate it. Peace.
No problem, bro. All right.
Yeah, man. Woo! Shit. Crazy. My freaking... Yo, this Tinder shit, though. Yo, I fucking love Tinder. I don't know. I don't care what nobody say. This Tinder shit is the best shit that ever happened to dating. You know, if you know how to do it right, though. If you're really going in. Oh man. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Locario, man? How you doing, man? This is Jason Green calling in.
What up, bro?
Happy Friday.
What's the deal, bro?
What's going on, man?
What's going on with you?
No, man. Just watching the show, man. I just want to say that, I think that a lot of times too, a lot of us men, we be too afraid, man, to just let chicks go.
Right.
We spend too much time, putting our fantasies on how we want the chick to be, you know what I'm saying, and how we want the relationship to go. But it's like the bottom line is that the sooner you let them go, the sooner your life can get on and you can meet somebody else who's really going to cooperate with you. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point of the game. I had to realize that all that trying to game them down, trying to like and all that kind of shit, the best thing to do is this. It's like you guys said in one of your videos. If a chick flake on you or don't call you back or do all that other shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, just charge her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the more time you waste, you know what I'm saying, the more time you, Mr. Locario, had to spend your time reiterating the same shit that you already said 6 months ago, 6 years ago, 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like I think that like I understand we all go through droughts when we ain't getting no pussy, when we ain't getting no type of companionship, we ain't getting no You know what I'm saying? No, whatever. We all get lonely. Let's all just keep it 100.
Mm.
But at the same time, you know, don't look at it as being a bad thing. That's time for you to maybe learn, just maybe go learn something new. Maybe study on the game a little bit. Maybe you know, so maybe focus on your business or focus on your lifestyle or your children or saving your money or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like, you know, we got to stop putting so much energy into when somebody don't want you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, you put that energy into all that, unknowingly, unconsciously, you know, subconsciously, you're going to transmit that energy into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Right.
You know, because it's like, and then that's why we have all these mad and confusion and bitter conversations about women and this and that and this and yada yada yada. But it's like underliningly, when you allow that to control you, you know what I'm saying? Because you think, well, shit, this bitch ain't gonna call back, you know, and you're already angry, you're already gone into a situation like that. Women are gonna pick up on that and they're gonna keep rejecting you.
Right. You get into that. Right. You get into that cycle and that mode of your negative energy is passing on to the next situation. You're like, damn, well, this chick, she ain't like me. Then the other girl ends up flaking or not, you know, or not getting with you. Then you start to think, damn, well, no girls like me. This is some bullshit. And every time so now you go, it's just a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be trying to tell these guys that. I'm like, damn.
Right. And sorry to cut you off because I'm gonna be 100. You feel me? What it is this, and this is some real shit right here. I'm about to drop. Everybody in the chat room listen to this one. When we submit that energy, right, women pick up on it.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something. Majority of the time, women are already submitting that energy.
Mm. Mm.
Let me say that again. Let me say that again. Majority of the time, women are already submitting that kind of energy in the air.
Right.
And that's why we go into the situation feeling that way. You understand what I'm saying? Because most of the time when a chick is already checking for you, it's happy, it's easier. It's like you were saying, you don't never look stressed.
Right.
I don't never look stressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get stressed about silly shit. But it's like women are always stressed because they're always trying to keep up on their looks, on the, you know what I'm saying, on what's new, on what's relevant. You know what I'm saying? What kind of nigga they want to fuck with today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dick size, wherever the case may be. You feel me? Wherever the case may be. You know, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? When you don't want to receive that kind of energy, you know what I'm saying? You start seeing women who are really going to be checking for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we have to stop being so receptive to negative energy. Just because the bitch may look good, she may be badass, whatever the case may be, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the majority of the time, you know what I'm saying, that woman is checking for you, but she's not sure of herself, so she's going to admit bad fume, bad energy, bad wave vibes to try to keep people away. And then that's why she's going to attract some lame-ass nigga, you know what I'm saying, or some corny-ass dude, you feel me? And she's still going to repeat the same cycle upon herself.
Right. And you know what? And you know what's funny too? The funny part is interesting that you said like her bad energy. If you don't really understand what you're about, that's gonna rub off on you, and then you're gonna be like, that's when you get thrown off. That's when you get thrown off, and this is the part of the game that dudes understand. I'm like, yo, you know, you're getting thrown off by her bad energy, and that makes you feel bad. You understand? And then now you sitting there questioning yourself, like, damn, what did I do wrong, or why did this and that? And that's because you're going off of her negative energy. Because, like, for example, a guy will approach a girl, and let's say she is ignoring him, or let's say she has an attitude problem. So then
and that shit happened to me.
Right.
You know
and the guys he gonna think, oh, it was my fault. Because if I would have did this, then she wouldn't have had a bad attitude. It's like, nah, she just had a bad attitude, nigga. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's the booby trap that women want to get men caught up in.
Right.
Is that they want to get you caught up in that, you know, you second guessing yourself, because women are always second guessing themselves no matter what the situation.
Right.
They can have the finest nigga in the world with all the money, all this and all that, but they're always second guessing. Am I pretty enough? Is my pussy good enough? Did I suck his dick right long enough? You know what I'm saying? Am I riding it right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so they're always in their mind, and when they can get a man in his mind, it's over. It's a wrap. You've already lost the game.
Right.
I don't give you've already lost, and that's what I take. You know what I'm saying, from a lot of the callers, a lot of the people, is that majority of the time, you know what I'm saying, we find ourselves in situations where we're losing the game because we find ourselves second guessing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why, just like you had said just now, you know what I'm saying, a chick can have a bad attitude and this and that. You know what I mean? Or you can pop at a chick, y'all flowing, y'all vibing, and you call her, and she ain't answering the phone, she ain't calling you back, she's flaking on you, she's doing this and that. What it boils down to is this: interested or not, the bottom line is that she's not really interested in herself.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Damn.
and so what that does, and so what that does is that, you know, she tries to put that on the world and on the men. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? That she encountered. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because she knows herself and how ugly, you feel me, how she really is on the inside, and she knows that all we want to see is what's on the outside. But once we really start knowing, you know what I'm saying, what's really going on mentally and on the inside, and we see that, we gonna be like, I don't even want you. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So
Facts.
again,
Real shit. Real
shit. And so once again, that rejection necessarily is not she's rejecting you on the front end, but what it really matters is on the back end. You know, it's like and when it's rejection on the back end, that requires the person to go deep and have self-evaluation about themselves. You know, but most of the time, people don't want to look at the man or the woman in the mirror because that's the person who can actually change, you know what I'm saying, their reality, you know what I'm saying, and their perception. And when you have to dig that deep, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to go, you know what I mean, nigga, peel back, nigga, some Band-Aid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to deal with that. Women don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't, and they don't want a man to want to deal with that with them. You understand what I'm saying? That's the psychological part effect about it. So when you really want to change it, you know what I'm saying? Change yourself, change your perception, but don't be afraid to be like, you know what I'm saying? Because, for example, for me, like, there was this chick, I had made plans with her, right? You know what I'm saying? And she had went to work instead, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Talking about, oh, you know, so I went ahead and went to work. You know what I did? I just said, all right, cool, whatever. I didn't call her no more. And the reason why I didn't call her anymore is because, just as simple as you said yes, in that moment of time, my time was put aside for that time.
Right.
You didn't value my time, so guess what? How can I value anything further from us moving forward if you're not able to value my time now? Because there might be a time you may get...
Facts.
Because, you know, because we may get involved 6 months down the road, we may have a baby, whatever, get married. If I'm on the side of the road and you giving me shit, you know what I'm saying? You don't even value my time. You would never... The way you start, my nigga, is the way you finish. So,
real shit.
You know what I'm saying? When you're going into a situation nervous and allowing her to be on a pedestal and control the situation, how can you even sit here, you feel me, and call you Mr. Locario and ask for questions and for help when, in fact, you started off on some bullshit anyway?
Right.
You feel me? And if a woman that start off on bullshit, my nigga, you feel me? Why would you continue to even fuck with her in the first place due to the fact that you don't want to be alone and this and that? Nigga, fuck that. I'd rather be alone, nigga, beat my dick, count my chicks, you feel me?
Right,
you feel me?
exactly.
And just keep talking to different women.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what it is, too? You know what it is, too? Like, real talk is that the problem with the game also is sometimes dudes... They think, and you know, and unfortunately, in a lot of the pickup community, they've done this. And you know, back in the day, a lot where they'll say some shit like, "Well, you should have been building more attraction, or you should have did this and you should have did that, and that's why you didn't get her." And it's like, no, sometimes you're not getting her because she's not ready to be got. You feel what I'm saying? Like she's on some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Like
there's no such thing. There's no such thing as building more attraction.
Right.
It's either like this. If I remember, I told you because in the last conversation, you know, we always meet the women who really don't want us anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the ones that's checking for us, we may, you know what I'm saying, she may be a 5 or a 6 or whatever. But it's like we have to get to the point to where that 5 or a 6 may be looking like a 5 or 6 today.
Right.
But they can dress up and pull them clothes off and look like a 9 or 10 tomorrow or tonight. You know what I'm saying? And that 10 can take the makeup off and the hair off and the eyelashes off and look like a 3. You feel me?
Right.
And her attitude is going to reflect that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like it's like, you know, there's no such thing as building more attraction. You know what I'm saying? It's either people feel you or they don't.
Right.
You know,
right.
and you can't make anybody want to feel you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gonna meet those women who gonna like you because of things that you have, of course. But at the same time, you have to realize that as a man, women are checking for men, period, all the fucking time, man. You know what I'm saying? It says in the Bible, a woman would naturally yearn for a man's attention, a man's touch, a man, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why are we making it so confused just because that one chick or two or three or four chicks in the past or last week or whatever might have said no? That's okay. Let them say no, and let them still try to figure it out and keep getting these old lame ass niggas out here running around, chasing around until they get. And then, you know what I'm saying, when they hit their 50s and 60s, you know what I'm saying, they ran through pussy look like pastrami and shit. You feel me? Now they want to look for you, but you already.
And you know what's crazy is because, like, you know what it is real quick is that they I think guys underestimate the power of a woman's the power they have, but also the power of a woman's insecurity. And what I mean is that her insecurity is a lot of times what stops you from getting shit going. Because I always said this, I did a video years ago about this. I said, when it comes to approaching girls and picking up chicks and getting shit going, all you need to do is your part. You understand? So, all you need to do is what you're supposed to do as far as, okay, I approached her, I talked to her, I closed the deal, I got information, I, hit her up to set up a date. Now, she has to respond. She has to do her part. She has to be like, okay, I'm going to tell him I'm going to go to the date, and she has to show up. You feel what I'm saying? But you can't make them do it. You can't make them do it.
Right.
They have to want to do it.
It's like
right.
it's like cut you off too, but it's like this. It's like a job. A job can hire you all day. It's up to you to show up.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and that's why, like I said, like when a woman doesn't show up, you know, do I get a little bit, disappointed? You know why I'm really disappointed? I'm disappointed because of the simple fact is that I wasted my time that I can't get back.
Right.
She didn't waste my time.
Right.
I wasted my time. I should have been wise enough to pick up on the vibes and the body language and the unspoken language. You feel me? That was given off.
Facts.
I think that
Real
most
shit.
of the time, most of the time, my nigga, we're when we're speaking to women and to ourselves, we're speaking with the lustful language. We're speaking from the language of lust because we see, damn, she got a fat ass. Damn, them lips look right. Damn, them eyes look right. Damn, this and this and this or this and that. When in fact, we need to be picking up on the language of how's her character? Is she consistent?
Preach.
Is she honest?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Look into her eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Is she looking away when I'm looking to her in the face as I'm trying to communicate? How's her tone? You know what I'm saying? How's her posture? You know what I'm saying? You know, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to start focusing on versus trying to focus on. I wonder how she looked when I hit it from the back.
Right,
you know what it's gonna look like. You fucked enough bitches. You know what that ass look like from the back.
Right,
some
right.
Some smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Right, dudes, and you know what's funny. You know what's interesting is that the fucking you on a whole another level of the game of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because
I know,
because you gotta understand. Like, cats out here, the reason why they fucking up and the reason why. You got a lot of dudes even scared out here to talk to a chick, or the reason why dudes are in fucked up situations with women is because they put the visual too much on a pedestal versus the character. You feel what I'm saying? They're missing out on the signs that this chick's character is all fucked up. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. They put the cart in front of the horse.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what. And I think that's the problem. Like that's the but that's what society, social media, and the world wants you to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is real. You know, so this is real. Women are more responsive to what the world wants them to be like. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they try to set the tone for the shit when in fact the tone's gonna be the same tone, nigga. You feel me? That it was when Adam and Eve was on Earth. You know what I'm saying? You know, God, man, woman, and then everything else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if you try to allow the woman to dictate how it's gonna go right from the beginning, you've already lost. Now,
right.
And this is the shit. Like if she ain't giving you no pussy, move on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I done had chicks, you feel me, right now, you feel me, who back like I was saying, I was lustfully looking for them, you know what I'm saying, thinking about the pussy, and the whole time, she wasn't gonna fuck me anyways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what difference did it make? You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that I shot my shot. She knows where I stand. She knows my mentality. Now, whether she fuck me now, a year later, 6 months later, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. And you know what I'm saying? But by the time she get around to it, I'm gonna be already, you feel me, nigga, done mess up more battered bitches, you feel me? That bitch gonna look like a 3.
Exactly.
And it's gonna be like, nah, I ain't fucking with the 3 today, you feel me?
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
You spitting nothing but facts, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man.
We just gotta stop looking at, you know what I'm saying, the visual, you know what I'm saying, and start looking at ourselves as, you know what, you feel me, I can get anyone that I want, but don't be afraid to, if a chick doesn't cooperate, you feel me, because the bottom line is that cooperation goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? And if she's not trying to cooperate with you, why would you want to have somebody like that on your team? Why are you boo-hooing about that on somebody on your team? It's almost like it's almost like having, you know, having a ball squad and the bitch don't want to pass the ball. Y'all keep losing games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't want to lose games. I come here to win. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be a champion in their own right. So why am I worried about somebody who don't want to play for me anyway?
Right.
You know, that doesn't make sense to me. You know, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, us men, you know, everybody who's out there listening to this or whatever, you got to stop worrying about the ones who don't want to play for you. You feel me? Period.
Real
because
shit.
if you're sitting there wasting your time, you feel me, she ain't gonna show up to practice. She gonna hit you with the Allen Iverson speech. We talking about practice?
Real shit.
We talking about
dude.
practice?
Do you
You
have
know?
a hold on? Do you do a podcast or something? You need to get on a podcast, bro. You need to be preaching the gospel every week, like on Sundays and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I'm actually thinking about doing a YouTube channel here soon, man.
Do that shit, bro. Because you know what I'm saying? Like cats need to hear this shit, man. Definitely do that shit, man. Let me know when you got the YouTube channel up, man. Because that we got to support cats spitting the real shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro.
I need to as a matter of fact, I need to get your email address, man, so we can you know what I'm saying, talk more so about stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Hit me up on...
You know what I'm saying, coming on to your show, you from me guys and doing something.
Oh, nah, because I like when cats spitting real shit. That's why I'm like, yo, you got to keep that shit going. But, hit me up at Ask Mr. Locario.
Hold on. I ain't got a pencil ready. I wasn't ready. But, you know what I'm saying, but that's real, like, you know what I'm saying, the woman going to hit you with the, man, we talking about practice speech? And when they start talking, and I don't mean you know what I'm saying, like, tell you that directly, but that's gonna be their attitude. Right. If you have attitudes like that on the team, you can't win. You can't win. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we got to stop worrying about the practice speech. You know what I'm saying? And just start looking for people that really want to play. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, the women that we went into, they don't want to play for us. They want to play for the losing team and try to be like, well, you know what I'm saying, I made them a winner. I scored. I dropped 60 tonight. But guess what? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Everybody on my team, you feel me, they could drop 20, you feel me? And we still won, you know what I'm saying, by 20. You may have dropped 60, but y'all lost by 10.
Nah, real shit,
you know,
man. But yeah, definitely email me. So it's Ask, it's ASK. Mr. Locario at gmail.com. So it's ask Mr. Locario at gmail.com. So just hit me up. Yeah, hit me up through there. Definitely hit me up, man. But I appreciate the call, bro.
Sorry to take your time, man.
Oh no, that's what's up. No, I'm glad you dropping them gems, man. But I appreciate the call. And but yeah, hit me up. We got to talk and all that, all right?
Yeah, I got you, man. And everybody, man, peace and love, y'all. And just remember my motto, man. Get out of your own way, man, and quit allowing people, you feel me, because they run your reality. Because in actuality, you're the driver in the seat, not her. They always passenger.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Real
you
shit.
The driver. You feel me? Well, take control,
shit.
Man.
All right, bro.
All right, y'all. All right,
peace
and love. Peace.
All right, yeah, my man's spitting facts, people. But yo, it's about that time. I gotta head up out of here. Gotta do a few things. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all hollering and chilling. I'm gonna do another one Wednesday, or try to get to another one Wednesday, but definitely another one next Friday. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Let me shout out all the people in the chat room. Yeah, my dude BGD, Michelle Cobre, Mill Knight, McCann Cornell, Repo Guns, J, Ellie Empire, that's a Kenwood Drive, Way to Dawn, CB, Frank Truth TV in the building, DJ Batman, MT 909, Indigo TV, who else up here? Sean Steed, Darrell S, Honest Introspection. Who else we had up in this piece? McCann. No, I already said McCann. But who else we had up in here? We had Martin 799, Sticky E up in the building. But yo, guys, make sure you get How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day, the ebook, hard copy, or audiobook. If you want the hard copy, I will mail these out to you autographed, so you get an autographed copy. If you want the audiobook, make sure you click the link below. Or if you want the ebook, click the link below. Also, make sure you guys join the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario and join the Patreon so you can hear all the Bad Boy membership episodes, not Bad Boy membership, Bad Boy show episodes. Also, the Bad Boy book is going to be out soon by the end of the year, so you guys will be able to get that. The Bad Boy books is going to be the Bad Boy ebook and also a bonus Bad Boy show, audio. So it's going to be a lot of game in that, package and all that other shit. You feel me? And also make sure you guys join the Bad Boy membership. Go to badboymembership.com to join the membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. All right? So I'm out of here, guys. I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.